Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the shop. Got another little job here today. Got a backhoe boom piece that has a hole trashed in it where it got side loaded out there, broke the pin, and it got operated with the pin broke, watered the hole out. So my task on this job is only just to bore this through to get it cleaned up and make it a big enough hole on both sides that they can make a bushing to put in it. The customer this is for has the ability to make the bushings themselves, and they said they would take care of that. All they wanted me to do was to get this thing lined up and put the hole in it. Last time when I did a line-up job, there was a lot of complaints about it being lackluster. People didn't understand the fact that I had actually used the gauge on the stand to get things more accurate than just measuring with my finger. But the stand's kind of dangerous because it's very floppy and it's super easy to knock this thing over and tear up the indicator. So when I'm not using it, I typically don't have the indicator on it. I take it off and I can rough it in and then just do the final work. But let's take a look at how I've got this lined up. This particular boom is taper shaped, so there's nothing flat or square to go by on the sides to line this up. So we're back to using a pin through the hole again method. And then I've got a couple of pieces of tool bit down there in my grooves on the mill table to square it up to. You can see the indicator there. So as centered as possible. About there, about 7. Maybe I bumped this earlier. Yeah, we'll go with 7. Do this side. Yeah, 7 to 12. So, yeah, it's in less than 5. I feel confident. I'm gonna say it's plenty good for this application. It's 2 foot or so, roughly, between where I'm measuring. So if it's within 5 thousandths over 2 feet, the length in that bore is gonna be very far, very little out, like 0.5 thousandths or less, which is plenty good because the pin's got to have clearance to go through it. So get this thing over next and get my bearing support set up and ready to bore this thing. Couldn't have it on here now because I didn't have a way to sweep this like that. I'm not going to show you, but I swept the bottoms of the bore up there too to be sure that they're the same height. And that's why I got that piece of paper underneath there that brought it up to 5 thousandths to get it level. Alright, so I'm whittling away on this bore. Now I got it lined up using my centering indicator. Swept the bore. This time not too bad in one spot. It didn't look like it was worn, so I'm going with that being the center. When I mic around the outside, it comes out that it shows to be close to the center. So going with it. See if I can't get a little better finish, get close to finishing out on this size here. They wanted something just under 3 inch. So I'll have to change my boring bar probably to finish that, but for now I'm just trying to get a big enough hole through here that I can get this up in there to maybe get the other side. If not, I'll have to put the longer boring bar in and go all the way through. fast trip through the hole, so let's see what we can do. Give it a little more speed. see it certainly did help. And we'll say it's an acceptable surface finish. Not the greatest one I've ever done, but it's not terrible either. So I think that'll be okay for this job. See how bad the chatter got going into the board. It jumped out here and cut those big nicks. So I have to take a file and knock him off, dress that up a little bit. But it's not an easy job. I guess because this plate is so thin and I don't have have it supported out here because of this curve. There's no place here really to get under it because it does curve. And since there's no supports over this long distance, this thing just really wants to ring. It's like a big tuning fork in here. So maybe in some of the other cut videos you will have heard it ringing and chattering and carrying on, but I finally managed to get it done. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this epic battle of man versus machine. I know I didn't particularly care for it. See some of the carnage laying here. These inserts that bit the dust due to the chatter. That's that one there. Yeah, that one's got a corner broke out of it. So, wasn't good as far as that went. But sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This was a lose job, but hey, that's how you learn. So hopefully I need to get my grinder set up that has the actual measurable angles on it, and I can attack this high-speed steel boring bar grinding a little bit more with a more definitive value, so it's more replicable. So as far as what angles I'm putting on and how the results turn out, it'd be cool sometime if I get time to set up some plates and do some bore testing on it with various angles just to see how they perform. Of course, you know, it's very dependent upon the particular setup. You can bore a piece of A36 steel one time and it bore great, and the next time it can be the exact same piece of steel but just welded up a little different, and you can have all kinds of troubles with it. So it's kind of, I guess, an art to some extent, is knowing which way to go to get what you're looking for. And maybe I can get into that as far as what my philosophy is when I start having issues, as far as which way I usually try to go in order to cure those issues, depending on what the situation is. But for now, that's going to be a wrap on this job. Got plenty more to do, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll catch y'all later.